over here at the, I didn't even know this brewery was here. I mean,
Just put it up today.
I always hang out only in one part of Cleveland, so, you know, needless to say, there's a lot more.
It's always good to find other corners.
We were looking for a gig exactly like this, so this is very good. We've been on this little trip. We're gonna link up with another tour, but for the part of our trip, we've been doing backyards, garages, all sorts of things. It's been really cool. And it's actually changed my mind about the kind of gigs I like to play. And I'm like, from now on, it's all backyards, garages. I've gone straight back to high school a bit, essentially. All right. How would you like to begin?
It's always a dangerous question.
And in case you don't know, this is Laura Napier over here.
Hello, Laura.
This is the chair to my left, of course.
I know you played around before. You played Cleveland?
I haven't. I've only tour managed through Cleveland.
Organizational things.
A very large school band, so this is much more.
It's more like the government doesn't know you when you're down. I think that's what we gotta change that song to. No, what is it? Nobody in the unemployment office knows me. We were talking about it last night, but it's one of these weird details that you guys might have felt. You might have felt it out here in Cleveland. But supposedly the things that everybody bought during the quarantine was those things that make your car louder. Those whatever they are, the anti-muffler. So people bought the anti-muffler and they bought stripper poles. And there was another one, I can't remember what it was, but it was equally demented.
Well, the stripper pole makes more sense than the anti-muffler because, I mean, it's an at-home gym, right? You weren't going out in public, so.
Right. The stripper pole, okay, we get it. The anti-muffler was just like, please. We're all sitting inside and somebody's driving down the highway. Notice me, notice me, notice me.
Maybe that makes sense too, as we were all quarantined in our little, 90-degree boxes. It was nice to be heard when we left and went out on the freeway.
In New York, it was all these little scooters. Everybody got these little scooters. Because it was finally nobody was out driving, so you could actually drive these little scooters around. So people got these little. It was another level of annoying noise. So along with, you also had. It was really, really insanity producing. So anyway, that was me.
Sounds like the Jetsons and Mad Max.
Yeah. Well, that's ain't the Jetsons and Mad Max is kind of that's where we're going these
That's where
days.
we're at. Yeah, that's where we're at. I got a scooter.
That's interesting. The Jetsons meets Mad Max. That's like a whole vibe. Right? I gotta write that one down so I don't forget it. Like what's that social media where they say mood? Say your mood? Do they do that anymore?
They say your mood?
Yeah.
Mood, right? It's like mood, colon, Jetsons meets Mad Max. Anyway, all right.
Well, I don't know, we've been doing this for a few weeks now. We play one together, and then the player to my left plays one, and then we play one together, and then I play one, so I think it might be your turn.
It's my turn. Does anybody want to hear anything in particular? I can start off with you.
Green and red?
Ooh, you asked for the hardest. Someone doesn't ask for the hardest too, and then you ask for the hardest. I don't know the words of that.
Oh, you don't know?
Though I
Someone has to
agree.
keep them honest, that's good.
Let's see. Though I agree with you that is a good one. I'll play it in a similar vein of law and order, right, wrong, and the confusion therein. Now stand in your place, man, don't I'm just right along. Where's this train going? Fuck if I can tell. But I'm just right along. I'm just a rattle on a rail. My strip, my top, I used to for
I was just looking at the ground, I was like, is that you?
I thought something felt different. It's like somehow I lost my height.
So the question is, does he replace it?
Recently found ourselves in Elko, Nevada for the Cowboy Poetry Gathering, as one does. But the theme when we happened to be there was the Black Cowboy. We learned a lot. Like, the large majority of the cowboys that we see, of course, in our cowboys and Indians movies, traditionally they weren't white, they were black and things like the Lone Ranger is actually based on Bass Reeves, who was born a slave.
Who knew?
What else you got over there?
Ernest Titan, 1965 or something like that.
Oh, I didn't.
Ride bulls. Black guy from Houston. Who the hell knew? Nobody would have believed it if they told me in my old school that there were black guys riding bulls out in Texas. So here goes.
There's a peace and desolation, and rising with the sun. God in the cat, who was born in winter's home, to pray for right in nature's church beside the Navajo. Tell me something I don't know, cowboy.
Oh yeah, there's something that I don't know about cowboys. At the midnight rodeo, sunset's hanging on. Man named Murder's diamond, well, he bucks behind that bull's white horns. He said no man can ride that bull, and the white folks all went home. There's something you don't know about cowboys.
Told me something I didn't know, cowboy.
One of the things I want to add is, that midnight rodeo thing. We heard him talking about it. If you look up the midnight rodeo, there's not a thing written about it. There's just a place called the Midnight Rodeo. It's a strip joint in Texas. And it's weird because you're like, man, I wrote that down in my notebook that that's what they call the black rodeo, is the midnight rodeo. Hey. Is it okay? Can you hear Lauren good enough? Sheila quiet?
A little quiet.
Come out.
Just a little
What?
bit.
They both need to come
I
out.
can hear you.
Adjustments. Usually Lauren's got the loud, boomy voice. I'm struggling in the low register.
I could say that I'm well overdue.
Maybe you're trying to be up. I think you're trying to be up. That's the problem. La la la.
Yeah, they both need to come up.
I'll give you one.
Hey, hey, hey.
There you go.
Say that I'm
Yes.
well overdue.
There you go. Then we got choices. Then we can go further. Closer or further.
So I lived on the Navajo reservation for a time, where water certainly takes on a different meaning and importance than I'm used to in the desert. Now I have an address in the Pacific Northwest, where I will admit I take my water for granted. But this is a tune called Dirty Water. Don't drink the water, I hear it's dirty, from all the sins that you make it wash clean. Take to the forest, feather in my hair, to hear her cry to me like wind upon my skin. Let me be. Let me be. Let me be. I'm running to them. I'm running to them. The moon she watches, and the wolf he howls. Your taste between my teeth, take 3 steps away. I cannot let you fade, but I cannot let you win. For this here metal cage won't fit in my presence. Let me be. Let me be. Let me be. I'm running to them. I'm running to them. Don't drink the water, I hear it's dirty, from all the sins that you make it wash clean. the gaze is just whoop.
TV screens always mesmerize.
I can't help it either.
I just keep thinking I'm missing something, or there's a
No,
creature
we're
in
gonna
my
turn
peripheral.
off.
There's a creature in your peripheral. It's called the television.
There's another one about that wall.
So when I was a kid, I had a TV for a short while.
The cat fixes were appropriate.
And I watched things like Family Ties,
Yeah.
Night Court,
Yeah.
I think Cheers was on.
See, I never had a TV in the household when I grew up.
Yeah, we didn't watch it too much. I didn't watch it too much, but for a short while, I had one in my very own room. It was a black and white TV that somebody had, I don't know, they had discarded or something. That was the golden age. I'd wake up in the middle of the night, I'd stay up late, I'd watch, David Letterman, or like Saturday Night Live. And it's one of those things, but just for a short blink of a life, I had a TV. Then it broke, and then I didn't watch TV again. Then, like every once in a while, I lived with somebody that had a TV, and it was like, whoa! Now I get to check in with what's going on.
I'm sorry, I just deprived you of that.
No, it's good. It's fine. One time, I remember I had a gig one time. I was not having a good time somewhere, and they had Reservoir Dogs on at the bar. I watched the entirety of Reservoir Dogs as I played a slacker show. It was great. It was one of those things where I was like, I'm really hating this gig tonight and the band. And then I was like, Reservoir Dogs. And I don't think I missed any lyrics, honestly. I think I screwed up one song that night pretty good. But it wasn't, it was one of those things.
Stuck in the middle.
It wasn't Cleveland, it was somewhere else. I can't remember where it was, but somewhere, some boondocky part of the, I don't know, Southwest or like lower Midwest, maybe. I can't remember.
Nebraska.
Someplace, but some
A Dakota?
one of those spots I was kind of excited about getting to, but then when I got there, I was like, oh man, it happens sometimes, right?
Certainly. Places can be disappointing.
Wyoming.
Let's hope it doesn't happen on this
When
trip.
you hold a lot of hope, things can be disappointing.
I hold a lot of hope for Oklahoma.
Oh. We all make mistakes.
She was always getting lost in the moonlight.
And he was studying the books on the shelf.
Oftentimes, she traveled into the future.
One time I'd even seen myself.
You were dancing with yourself in the traffic, remember?
Moving hard, waving my arms.
But one strange thing you happened to notice.
Somehow I had lost all my charm.
Do tell, how is that possible?
Reality can be skewed sometimes.
It must have been a dream, and in a dream they say it's always you,
Pieces of you, but more importantly, is it true?
I too had recently tripped to the future, and I had seen the same in myself.
You were crossing the street in a raincoat.
Looked sad, feeling in him. I didn't walk where the sunlight could find me.
No, you turned the corners with your eyes to the ground.
A line of chain where a ghost was behind me, is that right?
And where you walked, you dragged them around. You dodge the sun cause it reminds you of graveyards. You only raise your eyes when you reach your coast.
That's because aside from nothing, there's really not much to look at.
What you love is your long trailing ghost.
Oh, that sounds accurate.
Macabre reality perhaps you created.
But I try my best, trying to get through. But
Is it true?
I like the way that you stance in the traffic. You carry yourself in a very funky way. visions. Should we be fearful of the sun going down?
Should we be working towards a revision? Or just be happy we're beautiful now?
I'll take a trip to observe us as children. I'll make note what makes us laugh or cry. I'll ask the teachers for your permanent record. If there's a reason, baby, I will know why. If there's a reason, I'll know why. You know, tell your teacher to have the permanent record.
Asking the dead won't supply you the reason. You'll be just as confused by the past. I'll visit you at the end of your season and watch you as you're breathing your last.
And it's gruesome, and it's very gruesome.
Perhaps it is, perhaps it isn't.
Well, I guess you're ready. You want to see if I'm turning blue, but is it true? Every day something's a little different, you know? Last night there was a guy videotaping it, or whatever, videotaping it, whatever. Doing some kind of, right? There was a guy filming it last night. And I was like, I'd like to go back to the tape and watch. The slackers, a lot of times, they don't like to go back. They don't like to go back to the game tape. And I'm always like, look at the game tape. You need to know. I want to know if my hat's too old. Sometimes I look at the YouTube, and I go like, my God, that hat. I look at YouTube. I look at the YouTube. The hat's screwed up. And I'm like, my God, I gotta get rid of that hat. So wrinkles that barely sits on my head anymore.
I think they have mirrors for that too. There's a bathroom around the corner for the same.
It's not the same.
It's not the same, but you know why? Because you look at the mirror and you go like this, you go. And when you're on stage, you're like, at least I am good. I'm like, yeah, it's true though. A monster, an ant.
I was wondering if there was a creature in my peripheral and you knew it was you.
I am the creature. What do you want to play?
It's your turn. So.
It's my turn? Yeah. It feels like it's always my turn. I don't know why.
It's not. Every third turn.
All right.
Well, I like where that was going.
Yeah.
It's always when I'm, some guy told me, let's say, he said, Vic, he said, I could just listen to you noodle around the guitar forever. I was like, I'm not sure you really mean that. And then the thing is that there's always a song that I wish I had to play, whatever riff I'm playing.
Well, I mean, you have the power to write such things, don't you?
I do, but I don't think I had enough. Let's see.
I wanted to get the Sibling Revelry stuff.
gonna take down all my clothes. I'm going upstairs. I'm gonna take down all my clothes. And if my friends come asking, well, can tell them that I went outdoors. Sleeping in the bed, you know. Maybe in a campsite. Well, I've been hungover. You don't believe a word I say. You know I've been humble, baby. You don't believe a word I say. You wanna say I'm crazy. You just wanna have your way. How many more years you gon' keep dogging me round? How many more years you gon' keep dogging me round? You won't be happy till I'm 6 feet underground. How many more years you gon' keep dogging me round? That one always works. Somebody asked me to play Smokestack Lightning. I gotta learn that.
And then what I remember was you were like, well, I'll play something in the same vein. And he goes, not interested, thank you.
What is that? Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Like, thank you, selective hearing.
Not interested, thank you.
Not interested.
Harsh.
Yeah, that's harsh.
I know.
Was that the dude
I
that
just quickly
complimented
looked
us?
away. I was like, I don't remember.
It was a guy that really complimented
No, that was not
us.
Mike. It wasn't Mike. It was Mike's friend, though. So they balanced each other's out. Because Mike was very emotional after the set, and his friend was just very aggressive.
No thank you.
Not interested, thank you.
Not interested.
Hey, can I ask you a favor? Can I grab a glass from the bar?
You want some meeting?
No.
You just bring all the ice cream. just a face without a name. Walking in the rain, going back to Houston, Houston, Houston. I got a hole in one of my shoes when I was walking a case of the blues.
Saw $1 yesterday, but the wind blew it away. Going back to Houston, Houston, Houston.
You don't always get the girl.
She gets all the girls. She gets all the girls. I'm giving up. You guys know Kevin? Kevin Cooley? Yeah, man, that's one of my favorite songs.
I do have the more melancholy side of the stage, I will admit to that.
I used to be the melancholy side of the stage. In other bands, look at me now. I'm levity.
The Candy Comic Act, yes.
One
It's
time,
like,
what? I don't know. One time I was traveling with this band, this reggae band out west, right? And for some reason, people were asking me questions in the back of the thing. And they were like, hey, tell us about this, tell us about that, da da da. And I was in some really positive mood that day for some reason. And they were like, my God, you should be like a life coach. And I was like, oh my God. You know, the slackers ever heard that. Vic, life coach? It would be, you know what I mean? Anyway, but it was a funny detail. And I think about it sometimes, it really depends on the situation. I mean, it's the context, right?
I was just adhering to that rule of if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all.
Yeah, it's the context. Yeah, Schmaltz. you must use the word schmaltz out here, right? Schmaltzy?
What?
No? Like, so when you go, when you go to like a Broadway show or something like that, Liza Minnelli's up there dancing, waving, jazz hands. You're like, man, that was some schmaltzy shit there, huh? And it's not always a bad thing, It's
It's just saccharine sweet. It's a little, over the top cheesy.
Yeah. So I was clunking along on my bicycle, through the Bronx.
See, I always just think you're doing like riding a horse, and that's where we're going.
Yeah, but
I know it's the bike, but
yeah, because I don't ride a horse. I have
But
a
you
bicycle. But over the cracks in the sidewalk, And my mind was just going to places, and I was like, suddenly I was in a Broadway show about the apocalypse, and I was like, this is great. I love this. This is my favorite Broadway show I've ever been in. I've never been in a Broadway show. I'm like, I wish they put this one on in my high school.
I'll take the fries, not the shake.
I take the earth, but not the quake.
We'll go to hell for heaven's sake. Something's going on now.
I take the high, but not the low.
I'll take the eggs, not the scroll.
Well, guess what? You should know.
Something's going on now.
I can do the dog, but not the cat.
I'll take this, maybe not that.
I can't be the judge, but I'll be the clown.
Don't you know something's going on now?
I live in the land above the roof.
I understand you got the proof.
Well, if you want the honest truth, something's going on.
Now.
I got a buzz, but not the bees.
Can I have the scratch, not the fleas? Don't forget your thank yous, please.
Don't forget my thank yous, please.
Can have a thorn, not the rose.
Sunday best without the clothes.
Goodness,
Oh, goodness knows
something's going on now.
Dinosaur,
Says hello, friend.
he says, it's nice to see you here again.
Am I correct to comprehend?
Something's going on down. You know what? I got some time, but not a clock.
you got a tick, but not the talk.
Maybe I ought to just take a walk somewhere around town. Cause
Something,
something's going,
something's going,
something's going
something's going on.
down. Something's going on. Could that be
You coming around?
I wish you were.
The old one too?
I'd say what for. Something's going on down. Today's the first day that I described it as a schmaltzy musical about the apocalypse. But
Well,
that's,
everything's felt a little more apocalyptic lately.
but it doesn't mean that as you ride your bike around the apocalyptic Bronx that you can't have a little fun. Sing a song.
I think that you have to have a lot of fun during the apocalypse. It's all about balance.
It's like Oklahoma during the apocalypse. I mean, shit.
The fringe on top.
No, I mean, yeah, like sorry on the fringe on top of it. Not the actual.
No, I need to bustle again. Come on.
We should make sure to learn a song from Oklahoma. Whoa, Oklahoma. We're actually going
I
on
know
a
a few
tour.
of them.
that's taken us through Oklahoma, and that's why it's on my mind. You know? Anyway, Cleveland's always on my mind, so that's just never ending. That never stops. You know
I was
that's
sad that we came here too late in the day because I have had to hear about this wonderful bookstore that's here for the last 4 years, and now I didn't get to make it today.
yeah.
There have been boxes that have shown up to my flat from the store. And
Max
like,
bags.
yeah, exactly. And I'm like, so,
I
yeah.
did it
Max
first.
Back's the best. Yeah, but it's true. I've said I learned a trick years ago on the road that a lot of times when you got too much stuff in your bags, a bookstore or a record store will mail you a package because you can do that. And then you could be like, all right, I'll take two books I'm going to read for the road, and then send the rest of the 34 books that I bought at the store at Max back to where I am going,
Where are you going?
my destination.
This last time there was this great collection of Diane DePrimo's revolutionary writings, which was really great.
Right?
Yeah. I like boxes of books, those.
I must have bought one of the entire bookcases from that place. Anyway,
What you gonna play?
what am I going to play?
What are you gonna play? Maybe the saddest song contest one?
Yeah, I played that last night. It was pretty dark. I'll play a new one that I got. I mean, it's not new, it's relatively new. When you met me, I was first playing it, maybe.
Sure. Because I don't know what it is yet.
Get the right one. Oh, I can play the one that I played a lot when I first met you. Hanging out in Berlin, right? I've been swimming in shark-filled water. My pillow is a hill of red ants. Left a wolf under the covers. My days are all circumstance. Don't know where I'm going, not just where I've been. Eating what the hotel give me, drinking their bathtub gin. Well, I took the medicine that you gave me, ate your poison pill. You asked me
is this too much? In terms of that pillows, the hill of red ants and things like this. You know, like, is this imagery too much?
That's funny. And there's always a couple of things in my notebook that I'm like, do I say this? Do I say this? One time somebody asked me to do a poetry reading in Denver, Squids. One of the several people named Squid.
I've learned recently that there are multiple squids in our realm.
But this is the only guy that his name is plural, Squids.
But one man.
Multiples.
It's short for Squidius or something.
Squidius maximus.
Yeah, it's a Squids. But he asked me to do a poetry reading, and I went into my notebook and I started reading things. You know, because I was like, poetry, you know, yeah, I'm sure I got some. And I'm reading it, and then at some point I like read this story, and I looked at everybody in the room, and I was like, oh my God, did I just tell Logan this? I was like, please no one ever tell anybody that I said this.
I hope someone was videotaping that.
I hope not. It was a moment. I mean, it wasn't anything terrible. I didn't admit to a murder or anything, but it was like, you know,
Yet.
Yeah.
I'm innocent, I swear. I am an innocent man.
I'm teasing the Billy Joel every night. I'm just gonna want a Billy Joel set up here.
Uptown Squirrel.
Uptown Squirrel? Isn't that funny? Because I like squirrels being rodents reminds me of rats. And there is such a thing in New York as an uptown and a downtown rat. As it turns out, people who studied rats found that the uptown rats and the downtown rats don't intermingle or go home to the same places. They literally stay uptown and downtown in their neighborhoods. And they only meet in Times Square. This is actually true.
It's worse,
As far as we know. As far as we know.
feeding a squirrel in the park.
The rats mingle in Times Square.
Where was it that we were just having a very extensive rat conversation?
I thought it was Philadelphia. I thought it was a Philly thing.
Right?
Yeah. I don't know. We had a rat conversation.
Very long one. It was about rats and cockroaches and.
Oh, was it last night?
No, it wasn't last night. I'm fascinated by rats. When I lived in Berlin, I would watch them on the U-Bahn, on the train tracks.
Yeah.
And they scurry between the trains and they do whatever they're doing in their society, but they would hear the rumble before I felt it, right, and then quickly scatter. But I just was always fascinated and a little bit surprised, not sure why, of how sure they were of their footsteps. And then you look up and you see the humans scattering, scrambling through the train station, know I knew where they're going, and I'm like, who is the intelligent creature here?
Yeah. I didn't expect this feedback.
Kind of a different case, but yeah, it seems like.
Got a wife and kids in Baltimore, Jack. For a ride and I never went back. Like a river that don't know where it's flowing. Took a wrong turn and I just kept going. Everybody's got a hungry heart. Everybody's got a hungry heart. Lay down your money and you play your part. Everybody's got a hungry heart.
Met her in a Kingstown bar. you know, I knew it had to end. You took what we had and tore it apart. Here I am back in Cleveland again. Everybody's got a hungry heart. Everybody's got a hungry heart. You down your money and you play your part. Everybody's got a hungry heart. Don't you know, I want a love. Don't you know, I want a love. I want a love I can feel. That's the only kind of love I know that is real. That's the only kind of love, like something I heard. But don't you know that action speak louder than words? Whoa, 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 whoa. Don't you know I want love? Don't you know I want love?
Everybody needs a place to rest. Everybody wants to have a home. Don't make no difference what nobody says. Ain't nobody wanna be alone. Everybody's got a hungry heart. Everybody's got a hungry heart. Put down your money and you play your part. Everybody's got a hungry heart.
Got a hungry heart.
Hungry heart.
Everybody got a hungry heart.
Put down your money and you play your part. Everybody's got a hungry heart.
Speaking of Germany, remember the first time we played that? We were in Hamburg. Hamburg.
Hamburg.
Yeah.
Ein bisschen Deutsch, ne?
We were sitting in a very smoky bar.
Well, it was Germany, yes.
It was really crowded. And it was one of those nights, it was one of those weird nights that we were like, yeah, well, things going good, you know? It's like, is this the place we want to be or the place we don't want to be?
Doesn't matter because we were there.
That's right. It was a cool spot. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I don't know why the hell we started playing it.
Because I had it in my notebooks and in my set,
Huh.
and I realized, hey, I guess this thing about Springsteen, he might be able to play this with me.
And the Germans really went for it. That was a moment. It's one of those things, being from the East Coast of New York and living in Jersey for a while, I never understood how much, I mean, obviously Springsteen is world famous, but I never realized how much people relate to Springsteen worldwide. Like, you know, it's one of those weird details, you know? Because to me, it's like I'm watching him speak to the Jersey people. He speaks their language. But it's like, holy man, you know?
I think he just speaks to humans.
The Germans really surprised me. They were like, yeah, Springsteen, my God, that was so good. Yeah, sounds just like my life here in Hamburg.
Hamburg's a pretty gray, working class city, though. So
It is, though. It
that
is.
makes
It's
sense.
a lot like
Very
Newark,
Springsteen.
actually. It's a lot like New Jersey. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to the docks every day, you know. My jacket, you know, going out through the cold, wet air.
With that wonderful accent, I feel like I'm in Hamburg right now.
It's not the Hamburg accent, all right? There's so many details, so many weird details when you travel around. Turns out the Hamburg accent is actually like, it's weirder. It's kind of like a mix between English and British English.
Could you play Atlantic City?
What? Like that? That's what it sounds
But very yes, it's very nice to meet you.
Yeah, where was Kraftwerk from? Were they from that
Yeah,
part?
from Germany.
Yeah, but I mean from that part, because it's
I'm
always.
not sure. I thought they were from what the hell? What's the Haven, Pardon? Wasn't Hamburg? It's not Hamburg.
If not Hamburg.
No.
You don't think Kraftwerk too?
He's serious, man.
Well, then, that's when I trade in the accordion for a synthesizer.
We left that in the band.
Is that for you?
Anyway, sorry, I
For
didn't mean to get
either
off
of
track.
us.
It's yours.
I was gonna drink it, but you
Put it
can
in
have.
house.
You'll put down an, I know you are. Maybe you'll put down an accordion and play Little Band. And
I
then
mean, we could always get another one.
I'd rather you didn't. Thank you.
It's hard to open it between
And I
songs.
appreciate you asking.
You want the right or?
So I spend a lot of time in ghost towns and graveyards, and this song is a culmination of spending time in both. And I made some rather poignant eye contact with a coyote, as one also does, sometimes, sure. And received a rather poignant phone call as well. So a song basically didn't give me a choice but to write it. Whatever are you thinking whenever your fingers twitch in sleep? Words that are loud with that one whiskey over the tipping point. The phone was dialed. I answered in a ghost town graveyard. Desert wind and your voice. Do you know how lucky we are? One coyote chose to greet me at the gate. In his nostrils flared the scent of sand and sage. An urge to follow him over the hills and through the brush. Slowly dissolving into his dusty camouflage.
sleeping next to me. I find myself lost between the wishes and the deeds. Paths that don't fade when the day breaks. Paths that I'll follow into the night. See that man sitting on the hillside, the one they call the Rain King. Past the white and tarnished cross, I'll follow the one they call the Rain King. The man time's forgotten and lost. The man time's forgotten and lost.
Craft burgers from Dusseldorf.
Ah, Dusseldorf. And thank you for giving me the answer, because I would have been.
There's the capital, is that the capital or something over there? It's the big one.
It is a big one.
It feels like, they feel like Dusseldorf. They have that feeling.
They have that very,
It feels like.
Dusseldorfy feeling. Dusseldorfish. There's a thing that the Germans do, right? I've happened to Germany a lot. It's one of the places when you play in Europe, you're always playing Germany, right? Because it's like a massive thing in the middle of everything. And one of the things it's like, oh, what would you like to eat? What kind of food would you like to eat tonight? Indian-ish? Would you like to eat Italian-ish? And I remember the first time I ate Italian food there, I was like, it certainly is Italian-ish. Italian-ish.
That's just the way they do their adjectives, though.
But it's true, it's like
Italianish is.
Right. But it's always really funny. I'm always like, oh yeah, so it's like, feel a little Germanish. Deutschish.
yeah, it's not, the Dutch cuisine's just terrible.
The Dutch are strange, eh?
Well, the
They like to
bakery-
kind of spray everything with sugar.
Yeah, the bakery's good, but. yeah.
So do Americans.
It's similar to America, so I eat a lot of, I kind of eat real simple, right? So I'm always eating just like veggies I buy from the supermarket. I keep
Instead
it
of
real simple.
cans.
And every once in a while we go out to eat somewhere. Where did we go with Chimada that time? We met her in Vegas.
Yeah,
You have chance.
PF Chang's. Everything there is sticky
Yeah.
and sweet. And you think that you can get something like, oh, I'll just order this side of green beans.
Right.
And then they're sticky and sweet.
I was like, could you leave the sauce off? Could you just, I'll take the green beans, just steamed, you know, like whatever. And they're like, yeah, go ahead, have some steamed green beans. But they were like, let's just spray it with this like normal stuff. You know, like a little, I was like, no MSG, no this, no that.
Usually when we're also eating out, and like, no MSG, just vegetables, just rice. They usually go, so no flavor?
That's right, they go, well, the magic
basically.
phrase in the Chinese restaurants is when they go, no taste? No taste. And they go, yes! Like, that's exactly how I want it, no taste. And they're like,
Vegetable taste.
ah, so no taste, no taste. And I was eating one time with my niece. My niece, she was maybe about 10 at the time. And of course, I'm embarrassing the hell out of her because she's like, oh my God, Uncle Victor, can't you just order the food and like, just be done with it, you know? And I was like, no, but you don't understand. I'm like, this is how I think, you know? And at some point during the meal, she's like, okay, let me taste your food. And she pulls it over, you know, has a taste. She goes, it tastes just like Chinese food. I don't get it. It's the same thing. I'm like, see, I'm like almost kind of better, right? She's like, you got a point there. And I was like, wow, groovy, man. She's a groovy kid.
Teaching children to eat their vegetables.
She's got that. She's. You can tell, like like you ever can tell in your family, like the people that are more related to you than others. You see somebody and you're like, oh man, that's you, my people. You got it. You got the thing. And like her flavor spectrum is very much mine. She goes for like spicy shit. She was like the first. She ate tripe at one point as a little kid, and I asked my sister, "What is this? This is the most delicious thing I ever tasted." And my sister was like, "Wow, she's really weird like you, Victor. What 6-year-old eats tripe and likes it?" She's like, "Oh, the texture, it's so like slimy and delicious." And I was like, "My people."
It's not a Ruggiero party unless there's like.
It's true though. She also would wake me up, like when I would sleep over there. She'd wake me up in the middle of the night to watch TV. She'd be like, she'd wake me up. She'd go, "Hey, Uncle Victor, wake up. You wanna watch cartoons?" Like middle of the night. I was like, "What are you doing? Why are you waking up to watch TV?" She's like, "Come on." She's like, I wake up in the middle of the night. I get kind of sometimes I just wake up and I want to watch like a TV for an hour or something. I was like, my people. You're up at night. You're up in the middle of the night. You're a little kid. That's how I was. I think we watched SpongeBob or something. It was like some weird, and also some weird reruns of something. Weird cartoon reruns, like some Hanna-Barbera shit that she liked. Hanna-Barbera, that was some good shit, huh? Did we play a song together or did you just play one?
Oh my god.
Do people have needs for me to play any particular songs of my own that you're feeling like, I need to hear this?
Sunday Melody.
Sunday Melody.
Oh, man, good call.
Walking a lot, I can always play that. That's the theme song of my life, pretty much.
That's why don't bother requesting
Whiskey,
it.
all right. So there's a few songs I can
It's
play.
gonna happen.
Okay.
If you don't, someone will.
Hey, look, Claire showed up.
I've been here.
A long
You've been
time.
here?
A long time. She came in that
So that's
direction,
the thing I was
right there
talking
too.
I was involved. Oh, was that? I thought when Claire walked in, I was doing something like pretending I was Jimmy Page or something. Remember the ones you just asked for because I'm going to need to go back. I have a memory like a goldfish when it comes to reality.
You know what I need?
What?
You know what I need you to play?
I know you always have a list. You have a good.
Well, no, but you know the main one.
Yeah, Vic, you know.
He has a
Wait,
line like a
I
goldfish.
got parking lot, whiskey still and
Knowing.
Sunday Melody.
Sunday Melody.
Sunday Melody is one of my favorites. Thank you for
Add a bunch of other ones right now on him. Come on.
When I brought, there was a guy that they had asked, this record company had asked me, I was overseeing a bunch of covers records. Members of the Slackers and other guys, even Aura that plays with us now, he wasn't playing with us back then. We made these records under the Scandalous All Stars, right? And they wanted me to make another record, and I said, I'm not making another covers record. I'm done with this. No more Nirvana songs, no more whatever. Even the punk record, I was disappointed because they didn't let us pick all the songs we wanted to do. I was like, no more. And they said, well, what, have you got some songs? I said, yes. And so I brought the songs in, and the next day or whatever, I went into this guy's office, and he was like, musical director for the little label, Shanty Records. And he said, yeah, play me some of the songs you got. And this was one of them, And he was like, all right, man, you can make this record, man. Yeah, I believe in you, man. I believe this is cool. They never properly released the record. They did, but they never told anybody that they were releasing it. They kept finding the record in Kmart's and Walmart's. Most people I know that have bought the record aside from my own personal collection of them, had bought them in, I think Kmart was actually the one where most people found them. and Sam Goody in the band.
Oh my god.
I felt like I really got to experience the truth of the music industry thanks to that particular experience. They also mastered the record and remastered it again, like wall out. Like anything that I did, they remixed it.
I mean, I was going to say, I wonder if like they changed the lyrics of the Walmart version.
They did change it. They actually did put in a singer that I was like.
I'm a
they
big
were
singer,
like,
Walmart
this
parking
girl
lot.
singer, and one of the mixes, she didn't make it in. They remixed the song. Anyway, the beautiful thing is that people still know this record, whether they got it from me or they got it in Cambridge, and that's cool for me. Take show you the anger that I'm filled with. Well, tell me, do you want me? Lord, do you want me? Tell me, do you want me to break? 'Cause I'm taking all I can from you, and you're taking just about all that you can take. Well, you schooled my daughter, you ruined my water with poison that takes poison to remove it. If you're taking it more, I'll see you at your door. I beg you, please don't make me do it. Tell me, do you want me? Oh, do you want me? Tell me, do you want me to break? 'Cause I'm taking all I can from you, and you take it just about all that you can take. See, I got this bomb that I keep on the farm, and I have a safe case of insurrection. Well, there may be no solution, but maybe it will loosen up your mind. Just a little introspection. Now tell me, do you want me? Lord, do you want me? Tell me, do you want me to break? Now I'm taking all I can from you, and you taking just about all that you can take. If you take my milk and my whiskey still, down by the corner of Common Hill Junction. It's always tough to hit the song on a leading tone, you know? The slackers try to be clever once in a while and do it, and it's always like, da. Lauren's great at it. She always just goes like, you know, it's always like, come on here. And everyone's like, I don't have such magic. What was the other one?
Parking lot.
Parking lot.
Come be a party line.
What did Dolly Parton say? Dolly Parton said she wrote Jolene and I Still Love You. Same day.
That's a good day.
Sounds
That's some
Yeah,
shit,
like,
huh?
that's a bad
some real
day.
shit. Now me, this is my version of my reality, you know? It's not so great. It's good. It's good enough. It ain't bad. It ain't the worst. Right? Like the french fries we ate the other day. It was like, these are definitely not the best french fries I've ever eaten. They're not the best.
Why are we eating?
Yeah, but it was like, not the best, but not the worst either, right? For me, I wrote the Animals song and Parking Lot. I think it was the same day, sitting in the same spot, looking at this yellow house that I was sitting at in this parking lot. And I'm sitting there and I'm going, geez Louise, man, what is it about parking lots that make me feel so peaceful? Little did I know, I'd be spending a lot of time in parking lots the rest of my life. Well, thanks for the pieces, and I'm happy about it. Happy about it. Happy about it. Hear the people screaming in their respective houses. Respective houses. Respective mouses. I don't need to die in a field of green. No, I don't really care a lot. I don't know exactly what you've seen, but I'm at peace in your parking lot. What's the one I gotta play for Claire? I know I have no.
Check your phone.
What?
Check your phone.
Check your phone.
So technological.
Sure that.
I was telling you know it's funny. I check. Oh. Oh, I can't just do that. You can't like. That I have to do. That I have to be clever about.
Or else you're sleeping in the shed. Like I said when you did it to me.
I don't know. I think I gotta have Lauren up here to do that.
You know,
No.
And I also have power to
I think I can figure this out. Let's play one together. What do we got that's a good one to play together? Yeah, oh, that's a good one. My God. So we were driving around through the Southwest. But does it count as the Southwest yet? Nevada?
oh, yeah.
But it's northern Nevada, so I'm not sure.
Then no.
It's not quite the Northwest.
It could just be the west.
It could just be a little bit. So we're driving around through the West, and let me tell you, there's a certain type of mud out there you can get stuck in that's like nobody ever seen anything like this. it's sandy, it's muddy, it's like, it's another level. We couldn't drive any further.
Again, we were searching for a ghost town called Metropolis.
Yeah, we couldn't drive any further because I was like, man, I'm sliding all over the place. And I get out of the van, and I literally like eat shit as soon as I like touch the ground.
But yeah, but it also sucked your shoe off.
Oh yeah.
So then I'm sitting in the van like, oh, you take the first step, please. And then I was like, oh, Vic lost his shoe.
It ain't the first time I've lost a shoe in the mud. I even have a song. Don't I have a song about that? I lost my good old boots in the mud.
I don't know, but maybe we should play that.
Oh, I have a song that says I lost my good old boots in the mud. But it was one of those moments where I eat shit, and then I'm like, my God, and now I have no shoe, and even my sock came
And then
off.
the van is also slowly sinking in the tires. Because my plan was, if we can't drive to Metropolis, then it's only half a mile. I mean, I can certainly walk half a mile to the ghost town,
Exactly.
but not in this special brand of northern Nevada mud.
Holy mackerel. I mean, yeah, and I like look up from the ground, and I see the van just sinking, and I'm like, oh shit. I'm like,
We have to
Lord,
go.
we gotta get out of here. Like, be cool.
But also maybe gives you some insight into why Metropolis didn't really make it as a movie town.
That
I
was
mean,
one of
looking at
those
land
days.
in Elko, maybe that's the trick. You could keep everyone out because you could just have like this moat of mud. Mhm.
Remember that, boy.
I know.
Sounds like a song.
Look, it's dangerous because everything starts to sound like a song after that.
I'm gonna take my E-string off forever.
Past 6 magpies down a muddy desert road. Metropolis was crumbling in the field. School towers staring Tears fall with the summer wings. Her eyes show what she sees. She's learning to listen for him in the branches and the streams.
This broken highway, man, there's nowhere left to go except the rain and mud and clay. My tires sunk, and they dug into that muck just enough to live another day. So stay true to the ride. It's the last house on the left. Drive towards the sunset. It's the only house on the left. It's the only house on the left. Been given like them all a nickname for the past, so I can't forget that. Forget that. Been trying to erase the words, chapters frayed and late, so I can't forget that. Forget that. I could say that I'm well overdue for a night of whiskey and wine to forget about you. To forget about you. Trying to find the tie between forever and goodbye, but you can't forget that. Forget that. Been standing in the road, not sure which way to go. I have forgotten. I could say that I'm well overdue for a night of whiskey and wine to forget about you. To forget about you. There seems to be this place between forever and the end, where your word softly dwells and my nightmare begins. I've tried to reconcile, so let me
and trying to erase these chapters sewn in lace. I can't forget that. I could say that I'm well overdue for a night of whiskey and wine to forget about you. To forget about you.
I don't know, you went somewhere over there. What are our times?
No, we kind of said it was roughly between 6:30 and I can't remember that.
Okay.
But it was one of those things. One of those 6 to 9.
This is just reminding me of one of these German moments where the Germans love to be very quiet and they wait until we're absolutely finished to applaud. Longer than we ever expect them to applaud. But we were playing this house show right before the pandemic really hit and things were closing, and it was like, oh, this is one of those moments. Should we stay or should we go now, right? But they're sitting there in front of me and I'm realizing that they don't even want to open their beer cans because they don't want to be rude. So please feel free to make all the loud
Well, I
pop
think
top noises that
Cracking in
you wish.
between tracks, then.
Don't let us hold you some sort of hostage.
Let's move to Germany. We
Hold
get a
you
lot to
hostage.
spine.
I know, right? Hold you musically hostage. That's all I want. He will never put it on my tab, and I have to resign myself to it.
You can.
Make a
but
request.
But they never asked for requests. I don't know.
Who runs the house?
Animals
Or you can
always.
just, you
The
can
animals
just yell
do
it
that.
out.
I don't want to be a boss and just shout out song titles.
We'll make sure to do that because we have some very interesting animals. We have some very interesting animals to make speak.
Recently we've learned like what porcupines sound like and things like that.
It's just crazy, you
They
know.
almost fucking talk, it's crazy.
They sound like old men.
How about the elk? Remember we heard the elk?
But they have they're like tonal singing and
Yeah, but you don't have elk in the
not
house.
Nina Harper, so.
Elk is one of those things we think.
You heard animals rule the
We'd be
house?
like,
I know, but
make
the
them
elk
sing.
aren't in the
We'd be
house.
like,
They could be.
You go ahead, Nick.
there's a high point. It's like. And then what? On top? And then on top it's like. And now do it together. It's like 1, 2, 3. And you're in a tent, you know, and you're like, what the hell is that?
Camping, 25 miles into the forest outside of Flagstaff and wondering like, what is that? What is outside of my tent?
It was bad enough because we had been out so far from civilization for so long.
That Vic pleaded with me to, can we please just go to the Walmart before we go into the forest?
Because we finally made it back through civilization, and I was like, I'm finally safe again.
And I was like, the last thing I want is a Walmart. I'm safer in the woods.
Right? But I'm trying to learn this.
City man over here to my left.
And Lauren goes, don't worry, it's only 20 miles up the road. I'm like, 20 miles? I was like, I think I need to go to that Walmart. And then we get out there, it was okay, I got my nerves together at the Walmart. I didn't even need to buy anything. Actually, it made my nerves worse because
They were out of water because there was a hurricane or something going on as well.
something was
So there was no water, so it felt really apocalyptic because there's just no water at the grocery store and people are buying it to mail home. And I was like, oh, what's happening? Go back to the woods, please. Go back to the woods.
And then we're out in the woods, and all of a sudden it's like, are you ready? 1, 2, 3. And I'm like, is that a wolf? Is that a bird?
Not a wolf.
Take that ribbon from your head. Shake it loose and let it fall.
try to understand.
Let the devil take tomorrow.
Lord, tonight I need a friend. Yesterday is dead and gone, and tomorrow's out of sight. And it's sad to be alone. Help me make it through the night.
I don't care who's right or wrong.
I don't try to understand.
Let the devil take tomorrow.
Lord, tonight I need a friend. Yesterday is dead and gone, and tomorrow's out of sight. And it's sad to be alone. Help me make it through the night. Yes, it's sad to be alone. Help me make it through the night.
Yeah, that's the feeling in the tin.
Also, I just have to say how lovely it is to look at human beings that are also safely being human beings out there. It's really nice. I know that the world is kind of pretending that the plague is over, but it's not. So thank you for sharing safe space with us. It means a whole lot.
I don't want to clap for that. Thanks, Pfizer.
Or Bing. Or Sub-Zero.
Reptile. Any
Katana, Melena.
You're welcome for the fairy.
Do we have a problem?
Yeah, my problem is that I have too many empty cans on my table. And this video should be the document of my alcoholism.
In the city, they try to
They're
tell me
clearly playing the animal song. Everybody calm down.
People on the internet are gonna hear that.
I know. People on the internet will know about my alcoholism. It's not a problem, it's a hobby.
I say,
Napier.
come on, there's a house on
It's my house.
Think somebody try to sell it.
Did you have to prove it to the internet?
It goes for the time. It comes bad in the summer. Man, nothing else seems right. Cause again, from the house. Animals from the house. Said animals from the house. I said animals from the house. That's an elk saying, meet with me. Now, there was no elk hanging around for hours. walked up those steps and he walked down, but I thought I heard someone screaming, like, woo, woo, woo. As I got up to the door, I thought, I probably better not go in there, you know. But there was something about it. I just thought, I wonder what's in there. I think the animals from the house. Animals from the house. I said animals from the house. I said animals from the house. I haven't heard anything like that in my life. Listen. Well, I opened up that door. There were spiders on the wall. There were worms on the floor. There was a squirrel sitting on the TV set. And down the hall, I could see there was more. There was a big old snake in the closet. And an old dog sleeping in the bed. When I looked around the corner, I saw a big bullfrog in the head. I saw a big bullfrog in the head. Big bullfrog in the head. And I said to the bullfrog, what are you trying to tell me, man? He said, don't walk down swampy roads in Louisiana. I said, oh, that's good advice. I said, why, Mr. Frog? Why? He said, you might be walking behind an alligator. I said, Lauren, you know this? You know this?
Certainly didn't follow the tracks.
How do you know what alligator tracks look like?
Like something's dragging something between its legs. Follow the tracks.
And it looks like something in the mud as you're walking along, don't it? Yeah. We were following the alligator tracks through the mud down a path in Louisiana. That's nothing ever I was thinking I would do when I was writing this song behind the yellow house in the Bronx. For me, the adventure was just walking up the rickety stairs and walking into a dark place and hearing all these weird things creeping around and moving. And I started to realize that the thing that I was in was not just an abandoned house, but it was a place where nature was hiding out. And I thought to myself, my God, who knew that? This could happen right here, that little rats and mice and little things like that. Little and I was like, whoa, what's that? Little and I thought to myself, yes. If I was you, I would be hiding out from the human being as well. Animals were the house. Animals were the house. So I started wandering around. I left New York City. I got even out of the little towns. I started wandering into the wilderness. I started to make myself nervous. I started to give myself chills. Driving around the hills, the streets, the nervous paths, trees. One time we were driving around this little place, we saw a porcupine running into the woods. You remember that? And then we went on YouTube and we looked up, we were like, what a porcupine sound like. It was very strange. What a porcupine sound like. And I thought to myself, yeah, it's just like I can imagine if I was a porcupine. Once in a blue moon, they make kind of crazy screaming noises, but for the most part, they just sound like little upset old people. You can shoot spikes at people, maybe that's all you need too. I remember one time I was hanging out, we were up in Vancouver, Vancouver Island out, and there was somebody that they were like, there was little kids and they were hanging out with a chicken, and they were like, the chicken bite me. And I was like, the chicken didn't bite you. I said, what'd you call that chicken anyway? And they went like, the choking. The choking bite me. And I said, don't worry about the choking, it's okay. And I went over to the chicken, I said, hey, what's the matter with you, chicken? What are you picking up? And the chicken looks at me, the chicken goes like, hey, give me a break. You know what I mean? I got 2 kids too. I got enough problems in my life. They put me buying chicken wire. I'm eating these little seeds. It's all right. I got, you know what I mean? They're like, I want to hang out with cows. I want to eat the little maggots and cow crap. That's what I'm doing. That's what I want in my life. They give me this chicken feed thing. Scraps in the house. Give me a break over here. And I was like, chicken, tell me more about it. Chicken. Because he didn't say it quite like that. He said it more like, he said, that way too sometimes. I go out and I'm like, God, just leave me alone. All
I needed my water.
Little scooters, people trying to tell me what to do. I like the animals. You ain't looking at my shoes. You ain't looking at how my shirt fits. You're not watching YouTube to see if my hat's all wrinkled and screwed up. Right? Now Lauren understands animals a little bit more. Lauren had a little goat when she was a kid. You had a pork belly pig.
Potbelly pig.
Lauren also had a
That
pork
pig loved its wine.
What are the, I see you were hanging out with the sheep.
Always, you are the company that you keep. For the animals, to the human beings.
I know. And the animals are like, what is it they say? And you're like, goat, I dig you, man.
I dig the goat.
Yeah, goat's like, lead me up the hill. Like, let me have some fun. Goat's like trying to eat all sorts of weird shit, man.
Everything. My shoelaces, the fallen leaves, the molding in the barn.
They got those good teeth, they got those crazy teeth, they just keep going, they keep growing, right?
And a stomach or two. A little more efficient than you.
I could use an extra stomach. Sometimes you hear that goat talking to you, right? And the goat's saying. Express. Because I know goats are very expressive. From what I understand, I've run into a couple of goats myself. Give me a little bit of goat here.
I've given you plenty of goat. Maybe you'll find it in your own throat.
Okay. I'm looking. I'm going deep. I got this goat here. This goat's trying to tell me something. He's coming through. I'm getting the transmission. It goes. And no stranger to love. We know the game and we're gonna play it. You're the one I've been thinking of. The words gonna say it. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around. Hate you. Now, when you fucking go, you fucking rickroll me. What the fuck is this? What do that for, bro? Hey. You're a bunch of smart motherfuckers, ain't they?
You ever get goat roll before?
Louise, you can't trust anybody these days. Why? Because the animals run the house.
And our this stream is gonna be the animal from the house.
People, I know you got a little animal in your car. Let me hear it now, come on. Oh, yeah.
Camera queued up. My phone's about to die. We'll transition at the end of this one.
I have it set up as is it really dead?
Hey, Chris, some smart asses, huh?